Jeffrey.
Darby.
Your name is Jeff Mayo.
Your name is Darby Hallman, I hear.
And that man's name is Final Fantasy VII. We're stoked to do
Remake.
this. That is Pro Tycoon.
Yep.
This is Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. If you are not familiar with Nerds at Large content, am a massive, massive, super mega fan of Final Fantasy VII. It is my favorite game of all time. And I have been waiting for this remake for so long. It kind of made me sad when I thought about like my PS4 theme, this PS4 theme. Yeah, I got that 5 years ago.
I don't know if you saw, because of the, we downloaded the demo, we get a new theme the day that Final Fantasy theme.
I haven't seen what it is, or I don't know if they've shown
it. It's that, or at least part of it is, I think, is when, you do the scroll up thing. It's that group shot of the five.
Nice. That's all good. It's good chat. Well, Jeff, briefly, while I make sure we sound all right, you played the demo earlier.
Yep.
What did you think about it?
Five's really good.
Yeah,
I don't want to say too much. I want you to.
Yeah, but like just hype. Is your hype like significantly higher after this demo than it was before?
I feel a lot better about the gameplay.
Good.
Not that I was particularly worried per se, but it's just good to once you get your hands on it.
Yeah, you always run that risk. Even things like, Final Fantasy 15, which I think it kind of looks like it could have been something I was into on paper, but then when I actually get my hands on it, I don't really like it. I was definitely, there's part of me that's kind of concerned about that with this, but from everything I've heard people say, I'm confident. I'm so ready to go into this. It's been a rough week. I'm sorry if you're watching this, if the audio mix is not perfect. I'm going to try to adjust it as we go, but I'm probably not going to try to readjust it until the opening movie is done and I can pause it because I want to be locked in. So it might be on the lower side, but
let's throw out there my experience with Final Fantasy VII because we're going to get into our impressions I've seen with this. I've experienced everything Final Fantasy VII except for the whole core game.
Which is really funny. There's a surprisingly high amount of people I've seen that have that same thing. They played Crisis Core and they watch Advent Children, but they haven't played.
Well, and it's kind of weird because I have nostalgia for these characters because I played them in about a dozen other games. Just not. I played them. I kind of thought about it, and it's something I probably thought of multiple times leading up to this. That I have played what is, we know is going to be this game before.
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier today, this is probably a point or whatever I brought up before because, this game's been a long time coming, that this might make me want to go ahead and dive in between the episodes. Yeah. To just play the original 7 because I got it on my Switch. So.
Might give you that kick in the ass like you did with the Witcher Netflix series.
Yep.
And you'll definitely, I'm sure you'll have time in between them because
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. It's like I'll definitely have the time. So
yeah, that's the only bummer about all this is that it's probably going to take a good 7 to 8 years, if not more, to get through this whole thing.
I'm already not liking the whole. I'm just gonna wait for the full game takes.
It's like, no, you're not. First off, you are gonna keep. All right, here we go. Oh, interesting. It didn't do the whole opening thing. It just cut to here.
I think apparently this is the Italy demo.
Okay, so it's just older, or that's where it started there. Yeah. I imagine that whole. I've heard other.
Or this is an old demo.
Yeah, other people who went and saw the journalist said that whole opening cinematic was still the opening cinematic. So this is probably just for this demo.
Yes. I think you see people pointing out her design might have been a little different between this and what we've seen in recent trailers.
It's changed 3 times, just suddenly, not like.
I think I saw something. This is one of the older ones.
Okay, so yeah, we're probably just straight up playing the E3 build,
which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be the only bummer about playing this here in this format. It's just I can't hear the music nearly as well as I would like. I guess I could get headphones and plug them up the controllers, but I'll just live. I'm gonna play it again. it's just crazy. I mean, like, this is still, I think, like, years and years later, the intro to Final Fantasy VII is still one of the most hype intros in video games, and then they've made it, like, better. They made it insane.
It's just a great way to show off, hey, look how far the graphics have come, and look how great this game looks. Like, it's the perfect intro for it.
It is. Because, like, it was, I mean, Final Fantasy VII Original was basically what this game is now. Like, right now, we're like, holy shit, this is a technical masterpiece. And that's what the original was back then, too. Like, back then, people were doing the same thing, like, what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at this whole map.
I am pleased to say, Darby, and you'll realize it ran well.
Okay, yeah, that's good. This definitely is. This is feeling like it's pushing the PS4. Like, we're pushing it to the PS5.
Yeah, and I guess so anyone knows, we got basic ass bitches base PS4s.
Yeah. Yep. No pros here. And
Definitely not getting them at this point.
Yeah, that's like no point in getting one this late.
So Darby, if what are the odds that I know you're gonna do like 3 playthroughs in a row?
Yeah.
If it does that smart upgrade thing out of PS5 or Final Fantasy VII, will you replay it even then?
Oh yeah, probably. I'm probably like, who knows how many times I'll replay this. I'll probably give it a break until like closer to next game at a certain point, but there's already things that people have reasons to believe, like it seems like they're keeping intact, like you're gonna have different cutscenes whether you pursue Tifa or Aerith. It's already that, you know, like seeing those different cutscenes. And I think they've confirmed at the wall market you can do all the different routes.
They did confirm different outfits and all that.
Just look at the fucking detail. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to be, like, looking around too much.
You're going to want to be exploring, Darby. Let me just say that.
Destroying everything. I would say for a viewer, I am probably going to be stopping the momentum a lot, but you're just going to have to realize this is my favorite game of all time. And this is fucking crazy.
The materia, though.
Yeah, the fact that you can see the materia in the thing.
You can also see it on Barrett's gun.
Yeah, and I'll definitely have to play the game. What I love from what I've seen so far is like the fact that they have the music that you have, like in all these places. You have the normal themes, and then like whenever you go into battle, it becomes a battle version of that theme, and then it just seamlessly transitions back into the normal version. That's like so fucking cool.
Look around the sky, Darby. Oh, after you kill these guys.
Who goes there? You're up.
Alright, you square to turn around, hold square to turn around.
You're coming with us. Nice and easy.
Don't think so.
What movie Scrubs? Yeah, you can see the plates. Can you see Shinra headquarters from here? I don't think so.
I didn't look, but I listened to a little bit of Easy Allies. I feel like Brad said something about seeing Shinra headquarters.
I think you could see it from the bridge.
Oh, okay, that was it. That was it.
And we're not going to get there, obviously, but we might have somewhere where we can see it. Or maybe we will get there. I don't know how far this goes, honestly. Yeah.
Who in the hell?
Who the fuck are you?
Have fun.
Assholes.
I mean, they're paying you.
Located for special actions. Charges can be used immediately or saved. Try attacking an enemy to fill the gauge.
Freeze! Move and we shoot.
Go ahead.
Extend ATB gauge charges to perform battle commands such as using abilities, magic, or items. Press X to try to use one of those commands. Yes.
Enough of this.
We gotta go braver. Does it just auto lock on to somewhere? There is no. Are they both dead? They're both. No, they're not both dead. Okay. You can choose them there. Hell yeah. So that just used one ATB?
Mm-hmm. Most things I've seen, I think everything in the zip I use is 1. Check out the menus, Darby.
I'm about to. Gotta look at the delicious, fresh, healthy
Menorah
white. Screen to your nice. And from what people, the areas that they showed the press were still super linear. Which I mean, I think a lot of the game is going to be linear, but I am very excited to see the. I mean, I think it's not going to be a completely open world game, but I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see though, going around even Sector 7 slums and stuff like that.
Restart for the.
Nice.
And of course, the best main menu thing: purchase game.
The what?
The bottom of the.
Oh yes, yeah. That's there at all times. It's gonna be interesting. I wonder if you get into materia in this thing. Let's see. Nice. It's a very clean looking menu. I like it a lot. Some hot vending machines with bombs on them.
Yeah.
And so many destructible things. Indestructible wet floor sign though.
Drop the weapon!
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
Y'all are making me do all the work. It's like a tutorial or something.
You're coming with us. Bring it.
Try harder.
Too slow.
Steady. Nope.
Just the freaking particle effects are ridiculous.
How much money was put into this game, Darby?
Jeff, probably more than any Square Enix game ever has. Has to be. It's just ridiculous. So I gotta look at the Shinra propaganda. I promise I won't do too much of this because I'm gonna come back and just look at everything.
No, go ahead. Probably not too long after this is when at least this stuff stops.
Yeah. I just love the world building and stuff that we're gonna have here, where it's the Shinra propaganda and everything. They're gonna be able to convey things about this oppressive company in a way that that game just really could not.
Yeah.
And it's references to ice, the ice area at the end, and the subway thing. It's just it's crazy. It's a real ass place. Oh, God. It's just how big his fucking sword is. Even the fucking treasure chest has particle effects. More grenades. That's something I just never ever used in the original game. I have heard people say they were very satisfied with how it was actually surprisingly challenging, the game.
Yeah.
Just in general, where it's you really need to think. You can't just treat it like an action game. You gotta also kind of treat it like a turn-based strategy RPG. Useful items such as potions that restore HP or Mako shards that restore MP. Yeah, so you can just get MP by breaking objects.
There are 2 potions that I didn't have.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Okay.
Poor Wedge.
Now stay right there.
Really enjoy to work with, though.
Real joy to look at, too.
Jesse thirsty.
Oh yeah, oh, so thirsty.
Guess I'm not on the same page as people.
I've heard a lot of people say like
Reading the same book.
us fools were picking between Tifa and Aerith when the real best girl is
Right in front of us all.
right in front of us the whole time.
You'll keep us safe, right, Cloud? Wow, they've almost got the door.
Almost there. I can stop talking.
We're really doing it. Man, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Poor Wedge. Time to die. Sorry. Yeah.
You'll keep us
Okay,
safe,
he's cycling.
right, Cloud?
Hey, what's up, brooding man over here? Look.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Wedge.
This is when we get to name Barrett Decepticon, right?
Yeah.
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
Oh, his voice is perfect. It's so good. Okay. Let's fucking go. Now you can kind of see up to. I guess that's just one of the reactors. What's the target?
Get him, boy!
Guess you're first. See ya. No escape.
No, the stagger.
Really know you have L1 to get to things quicker.
Yeah,
Try this.
nice. Nice. That's an anime ass move. Just
Gotta go back and look for treasure chests, Wedge.
yeah. You think I am a scrub? Soldier ain't trained no scrub. Definitely loving the atmosphere. Look at this man.
Yep.
And from that, I love his design change from when they first did the remake to here. He was just like way too kind of scrawny.
Mm-hmm.
He got some muscles now. Smashed boxes for the orbs. Potions.
This way. Not so fast. We've got company.
Only you can deal with it, Cloud.
Yep, we have not fought a single person. Ooh, look at that thing.
Try to keep up.
Back in my day, dogs had tails on their butts and not their backs.
So I guess when you do shortcut, you kind of have to be like either locked on or aiming in the right way. You don't like choose a target.
Yeah.
So Punisher mode, like it's something like you can counter attack somehow in that, right?
When you guard, I think.
Yeah.
I mainly use it to do very strong big sword attacks.
Yeah. That's what I said, but like you have to guard, and like I guess when they hit you in your guard, you counter attack when you're in that.
Yeah, you parry.
Is it something you have to time, or just when you're in that mode?
I don't worry about parrying, Darby. What am I, a scrub?
I mean, if it's not time based, then it's not a parry. It's not like something that we have to actually worry about.
Just wondering, I'm like, bye.
See, we paid this guy a lot of money. He'll do all of it. He's soldier.
Look, a treasure chest.
Nothing to it.
It is crazy that like what we've played so far was like what 50 seconds in the original game.
No, Darby, there's just needless padding.
Yeah, that's all.
Any longer than the original game, it's just needless padding.
Yeah, none of it is.
Come on, Cloud.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is the bridge. Yeah, I forgot we go to this bridge before the. I was only thinking about the
Escape.
Airbuster. Yeah. Nice.
I'll secure our escape route, okay? You go on and catch up with the others.
I'm here because my stamina ran out.
Yep.
I'm a big boy, you see.
I'm the tank.
Don't worry about me.
I'm worried about you, Wedge.
And only you, Wedge. I do this for you.
See, Jeff. This remake completely misses the essence of Final Fantasy VII. Whenever you went here, Wedge was standing over here. I'm just saying, Jeff.
So what you're saying
They're
is,
not true fans, is what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is this game is hot garbage.
Hot garbage. Wedge is standing a good 10 yards further up than he should be. I rest my case, my dude. I rest my case.
Can't believe it.
I'm just stating the facts.
Is Nomura a hack?
Nomura might be a hack. Hell yeah. It's so cinematic. I love it.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy?
His trigger word.
Have it your
Doggy.
way. We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
God, I just can't wait to see all the character relationships.
Don't you worry. Biggs will have the door open soon. Don't you worry. Biggs will have the door open soon.
Don't worry, Big will have the stuff.
This looks like a good place to find some ingredients.
I mean, this game is really missing
Watching you.
Donald, yes.
I'm watching.
Isn't every game missing Donald?
And yeah.
In 3, 2. Damn, I'm good.
Who's there? Door!
Door. No. Separate that man from the rest of the crew.
It's not like I haven't already been separated from the rest of the crew this entire mission.
That's my line.
I'm here for the cheesy lines. Unique ability, which you can Cloud's mode shift ability can switch between his balance operator mode and smooth operator, and his attack oriented Punisher mode. Press whatever to try it out.
He's alone. We can take.
Punish mode, Cloud moves more slowly, but Square unleashes a more powerful attack. Okay, yeah, so it does just have a base thing too. In addition, Cloud launches a counter blow every time he guards against the enemy's melee attack. He cannot, however, guard against a ranged attacks or magic. Makes sense. When you evade such attacks, you switch back to operator mode. Yeah, they did say, like, so if you just like dodge roll, you go automatically back to operator.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just like go back and forth. It's cool. Ooh, that's a big move. Hit me!
It doesn't. Yeah.
Alright, fine.
It doesn't work with gun moves.
Now, gotta be careful. It's over.
I like being able to just even bust out Braver in the middle of a combo. It feels pretty good.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do? Then we're good.
Careful in there. Well, what are you waiting for?
My bigs. Shinra worker in clothes, like uniforms in the lockers.
Got it. Tough to Phoenix down.
What are the prohibited items, Jeff? Flammable substances, toxic substances, corrosive agents, and unauthorized dangerous cooks. I meant goods.
Yep. Screw all them cooks.
Fuck
There are
them
too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Tighter, so be ready. We can't afford any more mistakes.
Yeah.
Security's only gonna get tighter, so be ready. We can't afford any more mistakes.
What I'm saying is, don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up. That's exactly what he say.
Press the button.
I do what I want.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Tifa and I.
Wonder why you could be asking, Jesse. Oh, damn.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
It's really how good this game looks.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me! You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do!
Get help.
Oh, this is so good, Jeff. God, this.
Say that again.
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
I feel like moments like this help justify this game's existence.
and we played for like 5 minutes. Oh boy, it's just they took what they were going for with that game.
On the line now. You listening, Merc? One false move, and that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach.
Hint, hint.
Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Like, these scenes legitimately kind of feel like a movie in the best way. Like, I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It's like they are like fluid and make sense, and like even good JRPGs that I like, I feel like a lot of times the dialogue can feel kind of like not 100% natural, but man, I don't know what they did with this game. I don't know what Square Enix did. And I just love that, like, they are not all just like, oh, this is kind of, they're all kind of the same with different skins. It's like, no, these characters play differently, and you kind of have to use all of them.
I've seen that as a
do things.
complaints from people who played the demo so far, that you have to switch.
Adore that. That makes it so much more interesting. I'm glad that you can't just, like, I play this character and that's it. Like, it makes it so much more interesting because, like, you have, like, kind of built-in classes in a way where, like, Cloud and Tifa are, like, the up-front fighters, whereas Barrett and Aerith are both long range, and Aerith can heal and everything.
So can Barrett
Gonna throw your sword at him? Let the man with the gun
heal.
He has cure in this, at least.
I mean, if it's like the other one, then I guess anyone can cure.
Yeah.
Anyone can do anything, but Aerith has like healing one. Okay, that's cool. So he has like some buffing stuff too. That's supposed to be big shot or big shit. Or whatever, we'll take it.
Use a move, Darby.
So I'm pretty sure that these re-engagement, at least it takes a long time to recharge this attack. See, so that's just like his like.
His basic triangle is like a crazy more powerful string of bullets that makes the ATP gauge go up like crazy. It takes a while to get back on its own, but if you press triangle, it will load back faster.
Okay. Is the triangle, do you hold it just like the
No,
square?
you just press it and he just does a little thing that just
Okay. Interesting. So how much ATB does that like triangle like boom 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 take?
Oh, it doesn't take any ATB to do. You use it to charge it up really quickly.
The attack charges it up really quickly?
Yes.
Okay.
That's his main purpose.
So he can do that attack anytime? The triangle one?
The triangle one, it does the attack. It takes a long time to charge. You see in the bottom left? It's
okay.
the
It has its own
but if you're
separate
pressing
thing.
triangle while it's charging, it'll charge up faster.
Okay.
That's when he does the little thing where he kind of pumps his arm towards the
Okay.
ground.
Okay, I'm understanding now.
So especially with Barrett, before you use that triangle again, use whatever ATB stuff you'd want to use.
Do your job,
Shut up and move over.
Okay, I see the charge now. Yeah.
Take care of those wounds before you bleed out. See ya.
Nice to switch.
That's awesome.
So yeah, you're always Cloud when you're going around. Press X for the commands. R2. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That's the smarter thing to do. Especially since you're finding boxes with them in it.
Nice.
So I try to fully heal if you want to.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh.
And also because normally in battle you use one ATB bar to use spells as well as your MP, but obviously outside of battle you can use as much as you want as long as you have the MP.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the ATB just doesn't matter. Yeah, that's all people were wondering if you like couldn't heal out of battle because of it cost the ATB or whatever, but I guess just the ATB just
It just takes your MP as well.
Which I mean makes sense. If you're not in battle, then your ATB would just fill up, you know, or like, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing, like a potential complaint of, and I can't remember other tales, like in Berseria, for instance, we can't use the spells outside of battle because there's no meter or anything that it uses outside of it, because we don't have MP.
If you think about what you're actually doing, it makes no sense. It's like I have this ability to heal people, but I can't do it unless there's other enemies around. That makes no sense. Look at this. Just look at how industrial everything looks. I can't wait until we're in the slums and you can look up and see the plate up above you and everything. We haven't really been able to see that yet.
Look what we have here.
I mean, obviously the combat and like the theatrical crazy stuff.
It'll hurt more than your pride if you're
So Dara, I just want you to keep on running into these lasers.
I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah. Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then make a move when they cycle off.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Hey!
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
So whole thing, you can use the R buttons to dash or click in LT to continuously run. But keep on running into lasers.
Okay. Do I need to die?
No. Maybe it's not as... So apparently when, you know, the more you do that, the more Jesse thinks you're an idiot.
Are you sure?
Sure you
I'm losing those Jesse points. If there's a romance thing that they've added Jesse to.
I have no idea, he's such a klutz. Okay, I think we probably went through them. Worth it.
Yes, no, highlight of the entire demo.
I guess use Barrett to heal you now.
Legit, I mean, the writing is just... Like, even the humor is just... Okay. Oh my god. Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, these weeks are gonna be hard.
Go braid those boxes to the left. Cool. I don't know if that heals Barrett's though. Hopefully it does. Out of curiosity, click the X button thing. Nope. Oh well.
That sucks. So just the environmental stuff just can't heal him.
I guess, yeah.
So you can only walk around with Cloud when you're in...
From what I can tell, yes.
Okay.
Because, you know, if you notice after that last fight, it
It's
switched you
automatically.
automatically back to Cloud.
That's a little bit of a bummer, but not terrible.
Could just be a demo thing.
Yeah. I mean, at least we can play as the other ones. There was definitely a version of this where we only play as Cloud, which would kind of suck. Yeah. Do you have a fetish or something? Do you say the best line? Well, nope, I'm not a shoulder. I'm not a shoulder.
Press X again.
All these environmental things.
Okay, it did.
Okay,
Heal bear. This is not much.
Okay. Interesting.
Better using that right now than your potions.
Yeah.
But it was all worth it for all those.
Oh,
the dial.
100%. No regrets. No regrets here.
They don't call those things sweepers for nothing. They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you wipe the floor with them first.
Cocky cloud.
Cloud, best cloud. Sure. There we go. Ooh, Jeffrey. Still pretty insane how fleshed out every environment is.
We can take this up.
Hit it in the butt!
That hunk of junk is a heavy weapons platform. If we rushed in, we died.
Is that right?
Need to hit it with
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, Darby, that whole Kojima hinting thing might have just been the release date for Death Stranding on PC. That is lame.
Get ready.
That's all you got.
Hitting enemies with certain attacks are dealing large amount of damage will temporarily knock them off balance, and pressure will appear underneath their gauge. When this happens, pelt them with spells and abilities to quickly fill their stagger gauge on their life bar. Once it is full, you can stagger them. The gauge fills faster, depending on the ability and magic used, as well as the foe's vulnerabilities. Find the most effective attack to quickly finish off the enemy.
Hey, it's not moving.
Let's pin it down. Give it all you've got.
Of course. It just had to get back up.
So we knock it down again. No time to complain. It's on now.
Enemies with their stagger are defenseless and take more damage. Using unique abilities on the staggered foe will quickly be destroyed.
So yeah, if you use the what's the mode called? I'm blanking.
Punisher mode?
Yeah, Punisher mode. Your ATB got faster.
Now's our chance. Go.
Don't need to tell
Yep.
me twice.
And just use Brave on this bitch.
I can immediately do the other one too.
Yep.
That's a weird look when you do that move right into its butt. I'm just gonna stick this Buster Sword up your ass.
I'm glad there's the L1 to do the quick stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure once you get more in the hang of it.
What the hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Mm-hmm. Guess that make you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
I'm sure after a while you'll be doing most of your stuff through shortcuts, or at least I probably will be.
Oh, yeah.
But it's cool that, like, I'm sure in boss fights you might just go like, okay, oh god, you know, like pause. But it feels really good to be like in the middle of combo and then bust out Braver just by going L1 square. It's nice. And I can imagine Tifa with like charging her, like doing the flips and uppercuts.
Dolphin blow.
Dolphin blow. What I played the bombing reactor from the first one earlier today, and it's crazy how simple this whole part right here is.
Gotta set the bomb at the bottom. Let's get down there.
This room just looks crazy. that music.
I can practically taste tobacco in here. Hurry it up. My heart's pounding like a jackhammer.
Scared, huh?
More like excited. I've been dreaming about this for years.
I'm curious what they're gonna do. I know this isn't something we're not really gonna be worrying about until the second game. What they're gonna do once you get more than the 3 people that's in a party. You know?
Yeah, I imagine you're picking parties of 3. But I mean, it could do a thing where like you have these specific characters for these specific areas or something.
Yeah, they could just ride around and like, hey, these characters will be the ones.
Yeah, it could be. Which wouldn't be the end of the world.
Down the ladder, dummy.
Baka.
Jesse, I want to go where I want.
Aw, you're choosing me over the reactor? That's sweet, but I'll wait my turn. Go play.
That's always been my favorite line of like all these. This remake is.
Go on, shoot.
And Jeff, I'm sorry, Barrett is not morphing into my body to travel around with me.
They keep on messing up left and right.
No,
I'm sorry you have to find out this way. I wanted you to find out on your own.
Wait, what?
That I didn't tell you because I wanted you to find out on your own.
Yeah.
Keep it together.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. Suck it. Want some more? Here it comes.
It's also nice is you just automatically get whatever they drop. You don't have to like pick it up.
Yeah, it's definitely respecting your time with it.
You think if we fell in, we sink right down to the bottom, to the planet's core?
No. The planet's
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
I'm confident.
See ya. That's that. Enough.
Game's like, no,
All done.
you will not be buried alive. Well, I just want to walk around as my big, strong freedom fighter. Is that too much to ask?
Yes. Because Nomura doesn't love you.
Yeah, that's obvious. Boom, boom. I mean, they have nailed the soundtrack, which, like, I mean, that is like 70% of the reason why Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time is music, the soundtrack, because it's so iconic. The freaking, it's insane. There's a giant pool of makeup. Just jump in, come out with 3 eyes.
All right, let's see if little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on, do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
The paycheck.
To do the damn job! Then do the damn job!
people pointed out that he says like little stamp, and apparently there's a poster in here about like a children's TV show. It's like Stamp the dog. So that means that he is watching that show with Marlene. And like, Imran said it's like the equivalent of a dad making a joke about Paw Patrol and then wondering why no one got the reference.
I'm fine. What about the timer?
Your call, Merc.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Do we like? I don't know what the what benefit do you get? I mean, I go 20 minutes to try to get the benefit. I guess this was obviously not a choice before.
Yeah.
I'm interested. What did you pick?
20.
Yeah. Do you think there's any reason I should pick 30 to see something?
I think I saw. I'm not sure exactly what it was. You get a bonus scene or something for picking 20.
Okay.
Pretty cocky, ain't you?
That was it. I don't know.
No, you get called cocky.
You double crossing!
And this whole boss fight wouldn't have happened if you picked 30. The demo just ends.
Yep. Thanks for playing.
Like, I hate the number 20. How dare you?
Reinforced armor plated, but the internals could be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option, huh?
I wonder who has lightning magic. The world may never know.
Oh no! Oh no!
You
Get
need
your
the
ATB, my dude.
He has it.
Hurry up!
Need to heal up, sir.
Since you might want to just be using potions for healing,
Yeah.
since you need his
Yeah, that's true.
lightning.
Well,
Gotta heal up. It's on you.
Guess it's my turn. Yeah. That's on die here? Hell yeah! You see the damage I did?
Keep it up.
Can keep going if I heal up.
I don't know how, but you ended up with like 10 more potions than I did in this fight. Roughly.
every chest and every crate.
Definitely got the chest. I guess I just didn't notice the crates enough.
Yeah, almost every crate thing had a potion.
Actually, I did a lot of crates, but I mainly got MP. I didn't get really potions from that
Maybe
for some
it's
reason.
random.
You should got lucky.
Yeah.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
It's my
Time to hit it in the asshole.
Or go down in flames.
Okay.
Huh? It didn't work. If we don't change it up soon, this thing's gonna kill us both.
Less talking, more shooting.
How about less this from you?
Literally has an asshole. Like, not just a butt, it has an asshole.
Attack it from the rear.
Get off! Don't just stand there. Help me out, damn it!
All right. Damn it. Try this.
Hooey.
Gotta be careful. Focus and find a way. Deal with that.
About damn time! Hell yeah, baby!
Now's our chance. Give it everything you've got.
around? I don't think so. Stop on this. Don't keep me late. Enough with all the barriers.
Amen, Barrett.
Bring in the heat.
Yeah, definitely see how this battle system's could get challenging.
Yep.
Like there's a lot to keep up with at one time, but it's fun.
Fight this goddamn scorpion.
Taking over.
Yes, it's my turn. Damn pain in the ass.
Amen.
Give them hell.
My turn.
Sure am glad I
So how many times has Max played this
You ain't paid me.
today?
Wait, what? Yeah. I'm sorry. He's been like my brother in content creation or whatever. Like with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I've never felt a kinship with the content creator as much as him with this game. So I'm surprised he's yet to put up a video.
Probably have been busy, so I'm sure he streamed it at some point today.
Probably. Like I always see the videos that are made from his streams after
Yeah.
the fact. But usually he has stuff like the day of.
Still time.
Yeah, I'll watch like the Easy Allies and all of them. Like I don't watch Max as much as Easy Allies and everyone, but Max has just been like Max loves this game so much, and just I've like every time something happens with this game, I immediately am going to his channel to see his videos. Just...
bring it home.
Taking over. Taking through. Here it comes.
Game Explained has SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated gameplay. Let's go.
Oh yeah, too.
Another
We just need Simpsons Hit and Run to complete the holy trifecta of
Dumb, mindless games.
not looking good.
come back
Just
here.
fight. Adapt. Damn it. Deal with that.
Guess it's my turn.
Bring it.
Kiss my ass. We gonna let this thing keep pushing us around? I don't think.
Limit breaks, baby.
Wee.
Now you're in for it.
So I don't have it yet.
You do.
Alright. Hell yeah.
Heal up and regroup. You're out of luck.
Fuck yeah.
Heal.
Not good. Patch yourself up.
Also, just a tip for when you're wanting to like have Barrett do something. If you press L2 and R2, you can get it takes you to things for the other people that you aren't controlling.
Watch the tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
Huh? So, what do we do?
Don't get hit. Take cover behind that debris.
So I was Barrett and I was too far away, so I got hit with that.
You couldn't get there in time. Did it do a lot of damage?
Oh yeah, I was about dead. Luckily, Barrett was mostly healed.
on you.
Watch and learn, baby.
Now, go.
Shoot him. Shoot him in the dick.
Always.
So in reference to the, this is what Anthony Rizzo from the Cup said. He was mic'd up during their game today. I'm doing some math in my head about where he's going to throw. Ooh, someone bang for me. Referencing the Astrid banging on trash cans and...
Ah, shit.
Bang for me.
Be careful.
So journalist posted, I spent approximately 4 hours playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. The worst part is when Square Enix finally made me leave their offices. Kind of interesting, because I feel like I've heard multiple journalists have different times, so I'm curious if it's why some people have different stuff.
Want to get shot? Be my guest.
Oh shit. Barrett, I'm sorry I did this to you. There we go.
And Darby, tomorrow is the 3-year anniversary of the Switch in Breath of the Wild.
That's crazy.
I think it's perfect time for a direct announcement.
It's funny, when Kind of Funny was talking about playing Final Fantasy VII, Blessing said that like he kept dying over and over again at the Abzu fight and was getting really frustrated. And then I went and watched the Gate Explain one, and then or whoever it was, Asher, I think it was the other guy, whoever it was, said like, yeah, there was a guy at my thing that just kept dying over and over again against the Abzu fight. Like he was really struggling. It's like, oh, I think I know who that is.
Readying that laser. Don't try to run for it.
You neither, Merc.
Barrett, what are you doing?
Now, go.
Again, it's just insane how like nothing this boss fight was. And
Like,
now,
here's
like,
this epic thing.
this is insane, like absurd. The entire environment's being exploded. It's like plating is falling off.
We gotta take it out quicker. We're screwed.
Well, I am way ahead of you, Merc.
Gotta time our attacks just right. Hold out until you spot an opening. Not looking good. Need a light. Time to get serious. Damn it. Need to heal up soon.
Oh.
I won't give up.
Can you do the potion?
Should have seen that.
Why don't you do the potion?
When I get my
I told him the
I'm
potion.
gonna blow this bastard the hell up, and that's a problem. You think I care about a few cuts and bruises? Cause I don't. Bring in the heat. Hey, follow my lead.
No time to waste. Let's take it out quick.
Level up.
Crowd's now level 8. Must not have
See,
started.
like I said, I had like 10 less potions going to this fight than you did.
Yeah,
So I didn't find, and I think I ended up with none at the end of this fight. I was like, oh no, don't kill me.
you ended up with what?
No, I had like no potions at the end.
Yeah, I had a ton of potions and used a ton of potions. Yeah, I mean, like, that was a like stressful boss fight. That was,
Thing showed you how it's done.
This is on the normal difficulty.
yeah, which is the highest one right now. But yeah, it's only normal and easy. I mean, people have said like with some of the other boss fights, it's like it really is like you really do have to clutch some things out, which I want that. I like that.
Yeah.
It's fun in managing all that, but it definitely is some like tapping your head and rubbing your stomach type thing. You know, you have to deal with like two very different things.
Concentrate. Let's go.
Jess's leg got stuck. It's real, Jeff. Yeah, that way.
The choice leave Jesse to die.
Alright, see ya.
Do I look okay? Help a girl out, would you? My hero.
Hey, we'll link up over there. Look after Jesse.
Come this way. This route should lead us straight to Barrett. Probably.
I should probably look up in the original game what happens if the timer goes out. Like, I've never even come close because it's so much time. Also in this one.
Don't look back. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Well, there's also like Persona. I want to know what happens if you like let the time run out on any of those things. Like, those are just scenes that not many people have ever seen because
Yeah. I think for Persona it just sends you back to like at a certain point beforehand.
well, there's definitely scenes. Like, I've seen one of them. I've seen one of the scenes where like there's actually an encounter where
Oh, okay.
you lose basically, and then it sends you back. I just don't know how different, like how expansive all those scenes are.
Look, there's Barrett over there climbing the ladder.
Look at that big boy. Music.
Barrett!
I've got you covered. Find us the way out of here.
But then...
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I've got Soldier Boy with me.
X, Soldier Boy.
They're here! Take them down!
We don't have time for this shit. The clock's ticking.
Cool it. 5 seconds is all we need. Enough. See ya. Enough. Deal with that.
Get your ass out of here. Let's go. The others are waiting. Gotta get the hell out of here ASAP.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Cloud, we gotta get out of here, man. But I want to look at all.
We can't fuck up and die.
But Barrett, I want to look at all the scenery. Look at how great it looks.
Damn it, Cloud.
Look at how great this lighting is, Barrett. Ooh, yeah. Like, will Barrett use like the big shot and all that stuff on his own too, or is it like you have to be the one to tell the other people?
I'm better. Bring Cloud
Oh
back.
shit! I didn't even realize Cloud died. That's the last Phoenix down. Cloud, do better. I was responsible for most of it.
No, I mean, when you switched to Barrett, he died. You switched because he died. Or maybe you just happened to also do it at the same time. Which would be funny.
I honestly don't know what state I left him in.
He was dying right before he switched to Barrett.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Cloud is unconscious, then you were Barrett.
Nope, wrong one.
Yep, because Barrett needed that. Shoot his ass.
Shoot his ass. Alright.
Any more of you? Okay.
The rest of you want to come alive?
Keep it together.
Using the cover, I don't like that.
Only I can do that.
Yep.
That was easy.
Did you see Ben Moore's tweet about the Final Fantasy VII demo? Those assholes. Like, I love them being like a speedy, weird, random thing. That makes sense for them.
I'm waiting. Get ready.
There he is. There he is. Fuck you. You're a dead body. I heard them do that on someone else's. People ask where the fanfare is. There it is.
In this game is a fanfare?
Now someone's gonna mod in Barrett doing that fanfare into their original game.
No, someone's gonna mod us. Bear does that after every fight. Even when he's not there. Barrett's just there in spirit.
Get ready, whatever. Let's finish this.
I'm curious because, you know, obviously this coincided with the preview embargo. I wonder if the people who played the game knew if the demo was coming, but obviously they couldn't say anything.
I kind of feel like no, because a lot of their headlines and stuff, it seemed like a lot of people were having to be like, oh, no, you know, not the demo. You know, I don't think they knew. Just by the vibe I get from people.
Deal with that.
I'm sure they're partly like, ah, damn it.
Yeah, because now, I mean, their coverage gets kind of muddled with the demo coverage.
Yeah, and it's not, people are instantly not as interested because they can play the actual game.
Yeah.
Nothing to it.
So, Dari, I don't know exactly how long into the we started that, you know, you actually started playing, but I imagine it's over an hour at this point.
Yeah, we're an hour and 18 minutes on the stream. I don't think we talked for too long before. I mean, part of me not being great at combat and looking around, but I mean, this is meaty. And
Sir.
again, I legitimately played everything that we've done to this point at lunch today. Like 25, 30 minutes.
And this is why they got it separated into multiple games. They got this one part that's taking this long.
Oh my god. God, look at that. Shit.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Ooh, it's still going. It's still going, Jeff.
Doors open.
We ain't done yet.
Dari, I heard 1 in a million just get the full game.
Did we do it? Did we get the Morris golden ticket?
Can you walk?
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
She's so thirsty.
That is a yes.
Okay, that was pretty cool. All right, come
The
on.
facial acting is good. Oh, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. This is a damn movie. What the fuck? Okay. It's a better movie than Advent Children, and it's an incredible video game.
Well, that was the end, Darby. The fight with the flower off.
Yes.
The whole game,
Rest of the game, yeah. We'll be in the northern crater. Still. Holy shit, look at the. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Need it. Need it. My veins. Who's that boy?
It's your boy.
Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Sephiroth.
Oh no, the loading screen through the bottom reminds me of Jump Force. I'm getting flashbacks.
Oh no, Jeff, it's okay. Jump Force can't hurt you. I already purchased the version, thank you very much, and it is the one on the right. Well, damn, Jeff. Well, damn.
Yep.
That's some good shit right there. That's some shit I'm about to play again very, very soon. But for right now, we can just talk about it. Man, that is...
If you want to hand the control to me, yeah, I can do it. Just if you wanted to, we can keep it on, and I can start the thing and see what classic mode's all about.
Okay.
It's kind of why we're talking.
I have to imagine that overall classic mode's not going to be as enjoyable of an experience just because...
No, probably not, but
you're probably going to feel kind of separated. It's going to feel like the game's playing itself to a degree. I'm glad it's there. I'm
just curious to try it out.
Yeah.
Also, something else, like the battle difficulty is the same as easy.
Yeah, which I wonder, I mean, yeah, that's also kind of a blow to it, probably, you know. For people, it might be, like, too easy. But, yeah, dude, it's pretty... Really, on all cylinders, I am so pleased. I mean, obviously, it looks just insane and how much it is revamped.
The difficulty set the class that the player-controlled character will engage enemies in battle automatically, attacking, defending, evading as appropriate. With this mode, you can simply wait until your ATB gauge is filled and press X to execute commands and dictate the flow of combat. Note that you can always control the player-controlled character. Battle difficulty is the same as easy.
So you can attack if you want to, it's just... Yeah.
Okay, so I can take control at any time, but the moment I stop, he does things. Yeah. Here you go. Take that. Oh, you're dead.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh, and he's just there.
I mean, in the main game, you do literally kill those first guys with one hit each. Who the heck?
Oh, so this is easy mode. So these guys are gonna drop much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like right here, like you can't even do anything until the ATB goes up.
Oh no, I can take control of him at any moment.
Yeah, and I'm just saying if you're playing by the classic mode rules.
No, I mean, yeah. Even during battle, if I start moving him and doing stuff, he'll do what I want him to. It's just that when I'm not doing anything, he'll just do stuff.
Yeah, I get it. You can. I'm just saying, if you were to go into classic mode and say, I'm just going to do classic mode rules, I'm not going to attack at all.
Yeah, you just kind of wait till the ATB gauge fills up.
Yeah.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, just don't think it's going to be the way.
I'm curious about something.
I doubt many people are going to play this way.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I saw some people complaining
About how close it is.
Yeah. I know people mentioned that. So anyway, Darby, go on what you were saying about just this in general.
Okay. Whoops. Okay, so sorry for people watching the stream. I just accidentally had the video put away for the whole time we were doing that classic mode. Whoops.
Yeah.
I meant to mute the audio, not the video. So sorry about that, you guys. We're back. Jeff's been doing the classic. Yeah, I don't know. It's just obviously everything that I thought was great about this game has been great. Obviously, the visuals and everything are incredible, and how fleshed out these environments are. But I am very pleased with the biggest concern I had was the combat, and just either it still feeling too hack and slashy even with everything they're doing, or like honestly when I watched people play this, it honestly looked easy. It looked a lot easier than it feels to me. Like it really looked like, especially these grunts, it looked like for the most part, I'm like, when are they actually attacking Cloud whenever I was seeing people play it?
For me, the first part up until the boss was very easy.
Yeah, it is.
And the boss difficulty in those fights afterwards were more difficult, I'd say.
Yeah, like these are pretty damn easy. I mean, this is just training.
I didn't even press the button.
And that's
I literally did not.
And I guess that's what I was seeing a lot. But like that boss fight and then the fights after that, I'm like, okay, there was actually, you were thinking about this. And it's very like that. This whole system feels very unique. Like I can't really think of a game that has like hack and slash that feels this good, but then also like you cannot just brute force this. You can't just go there and press square a bunch of times and win. You have to be maintaining all three of you, your party members too in here. I mean, it's gonna get crazy when you have three.
Well,
I could see the maintenance of all three characters getting kind of overwhelming at times, but I think once you get in the rhythm of it, it's going to be really good.
fuck you.
But this is definitely them just like flexing their muscles to like show you. Like this demo is really good to show like, we're going to take this one section of the game and we're going to show you just how crazy, like just how expanded it's going to be.
Yep.
And if this one chapter is at all indicative of the other ones, which like people, the journalists who were playing this, they said they played chapter 1 and 2 and then they skipped to chapter 7, which was the airbuster, the whatever it's called, fight. Which, you know, that's pretty crazy. If all those chapters are that big, then there's a lot of like area in between there that wasn't much game time in the last one that's going to be a lot of game time in this.
Yep.
So I am really excited to see what they spend on other things. And obviously these like combat flashy, you know, bomb run sections are really cool. But and I think it sounds like you're the same way. I am now very optimistic that the like kind of more like character moment talking and exploring moments are gonna hit a lot harder.
They're doing this for freaking Jesse.
Exactly. Like, all three of these characters, I mean, Wedge and Big still don't have a ton of character
it's a lot more. It's main focus on Jesse.
Yeah. But I mean, her characters already are in love with her. Already she is just like a cool character. And like, yeah, if that, like, we haven't even seen Tifa and Aerith and stuff in these moment to moment, like walking around sections. Like, I am dying to go spend a bunch of time in the Sector 7 slums and 7th Heaven and everything. Like, I have full faith that, like, we see that they're nailing the action-heavy parts. I have full faith that they're going to nail the character-heavy parts, too. Which is just, I don't know. That's so cool. So what you think about classic mode?
It's nothing. I mean, honestly.
Kind of agree with you.
I mean, I've seen no reason to do that. I mean,
it kind of feels like something that, like, we probably shouldn't even be giving them credit for. Not that, like, it's fine if it's just in there and no one uses it, whatever. It's not like it's hurting the game.
The biggest thing for classic mode, the only thing that's different is it auto attacks. That is literally the only difference.
Yeah.
Or auto controls or whatever. If I could take him any time to do the ATV gauge or whatever and do all that kind of stuff on my own. I can do everything on my own.
I mean,
but
maybe when you get to like super big boss fights, it'll be something. But for all this, like this, it's nothing.
But I think what would take I mean, maybe for more casual people, it'll be fine. But for like me and you, the fact then it's also, it takes control away from us, which, is something we don't like.
Yeah.
In the case of what we played this game so far, and the fact is that it's on easy mode.
Yeah, like
the difficulty's on easy.
The thing I'll say is, I think classic mode was classic mode is billed for like its whole selling point is it's for people who want to play the old traditional experience or whatever. I don't think that this is something that's going to satisfy those people. It's effectively a easy mode.
Yeah,
basically. Like, I don't think it's doing the thing that they are saying it's meant for. Mm-hmm. I don't think those people. I don't think
kind of weird. I might be wrong, and I might be remembering stuff wrong, but I feel like when we're doing classic mode, like when they were talking about classic mode, and I'm sure I'm most definitely remembering wrong. Let's see here. Let me just get to a fight. So I can
if I remember right, the only time they've actually talked about it was at a Japanese event that was not in English. It was just something that maybe they've like talked about in some other event somewhere else. But as far as I knew,
man, it's so seamless when you don't skip the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is pretty wild. We did that entire bombing run thing. We played for like an hour and 10 minutes, not a single loading screen.
Yeah. See, like, even right now, it's like, it's not optimal to do this because he was just kind of standing around and moving around and not attacking. Oh, but anyway, I thought classic mode was more of doing all this stuff. Like, doing the slowdown thing, instead of it being just, like, a part of the battle system anyway.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be you're just in the menus the whole time and they do everything else.
Okay, we can.
But it's just, I mean, it just seems like effectively the same game. It just plays itself for a lot of it, and you can, I guess, heal them and you can do special attacks.
Yeah.
But I think the game is obviously built for you to be attacking and then like mixing in special attacks here and there. Like classic mode.
Oh, these guys are going down a lot much easier. So I'm not for this.
What classic mode should be doing? Classic mode should have the same level of difficulty. It's just turning it into more of a slower strategy thing. Instead, it basically just effectively takes away one part of the game and just kind of like like it's honestly something I think we've probably been like we didn't know how it was going to be. We just heard that this was a thing, and on paper I think classic mode is a cool addition, cool option. Now that we're actually seeing it, I feel like it's something we probably shouldn't. We've given them too much credit for, because like me, Max, and a lot of other people have said like, but how about these they're giving the option for these older fans. They're not really. I don't really think this is going to be something like those older fans are not going to come in here and be happy playing on classic mode. I don't think.
Again, it's the only difference really is that it auto attacks and dodges a lot of stuff, but in a very less optimal way, where it just kind of like stands around and does stuff and then does a few hits and you're just kind of sitting there waiting for me to go up. And I get it. That's the way Final Fantasy VII is. You're waiting for the meter to go up and then attack, but
this feels a little different. I mean, especially when there's literally entire fights there where you didn't click a button. I mean,
I could have made it in faster by probably clicking a button, maybe. But even then,
that goes against the classic mode thing.
Yeah. Like, no. I didn't click a button, but I could have done the ATV God stuff. Yeah. And then the fight could have been even more easy than it already was. Why I didn't.
But at least in basic Final Fantasy, you still are having to attack. You're having to do basic attacks yourself.
It might be better if there are more. If classic mode is straight up, it's just easy. Then I'm like, I don't think there's that much of a point in it.
Maybe it was like, maybe they tried classic on normal, but people were getting killed. Like if you weren't doing your attacks and weren't moving your character yourself, maybe the harder AI just killed you if you were only doing that. So the only way they can make this work is easy. Yeah, no matter what, it doesn't seem like a very optimal way to play this game.
Well, we've talked about that too much, I think, Darius. Let's get to the more of the actual gameplay and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna go turn the volume off now that we're doing this. But
I mean, if you want to, we can just turn on the PS4.
Yeah.
Or at least, I'll just turn it off because I'm sure you're going to want to move it.
Yeah, I will be moving it.
Well, since we're talking about the battle system, the class mode, so let's talk about the regular battle system, which is kind of marrying the action combat with the more turn-based thing with the tactical mode. And I think that aspect of it shows a lot more of putting these two things together than the classic mode.
Yeah, I agree because it doesn't feel. I just played Final Fantasy 15 and even like DMC and other things like that. It absolutely does not feel like that. If anyone is still like worried about that, like it doesn't. It has like some elements of those type of games and Kingdom Hearts and other things like that. But you really are, especially when I was in that like Guard Scorpion fight, which again, like I'm just not that great at video games, and I'm going to be a lot worse in this than other people. I'm going to enjoy it so much, but in that fight, like it was rough, and I was having to like think about like, okay, I'm building up this gauge, I'm using these attacks to get to the kind of traditional Final Fantasy thing. So it kind of, it really does. It feels like the Final Fantasy VII battle system, but it's kind of just more intense. You know what I mean? Because like you are actually having to like position yourself and dodge and everything, and then think about this while you're doing that. Like, it's all happening at once, so it makes it harder. Like Final Fantasy VII base is pretty easy anyway. I mean, it's a different type of game, but this like the difficulty in this is more like, I don't know. It's just like I can't think of a game that has this type of mix.
Yeah, what I like about the ATB system in this, but based on with the demo is it does do like the turn-based strategy thing, because when you get it filled up, you got to think about what are you going to do. Are you going to do one of their special moves? Are you going to use magic? Are you going to heal? Because all your your special attacks, your magic, and your whatever you do to heal, your items all use an ATB slot.
Yeah, no matter what you do. And there was definitely some times there that was really cool where like I had Barrett heal, but I understood that I was in a loop where I was like not damaging him and the enemy enough. I was just healing myself, so I had to like make the conscious effort where I was like, all right, Barrett's gonna heal, but I'm gonna make Cloud attack even though he's low, and it's kind of a gamble, but I gotta make this gamble. And that's a cool strategic choice that I made in this action game, but it had nothing to do with like the Twitch action thing. That was more of a original Final Fantasy choice where I'm like, all right, I'm low health, but I just gotta barrel through and attack. That's cool. That's a cool choice that, I'm gonna make this guy do this one thing while this guy does this thing. Like, that's not an action game type thing. That's more of a strategy RPG thing. Yeah, which is really cool. That battle system, already a lot of fun there, and I'm sure when we get to some of the late game ones, so when you have 3 different people and the boss fights are even harder.
Yeah, what I liked about the demo is as you went through the tutorials, you got more stuff. In the beginning, it's like a lot of these action games, so I obviously kept this in mind. It was, it was really simple, but you got more stuff, and then especially when you got to the Guardian Scorpion or whatever fight, it's like, okay, this is how it's opening up.
Yeah. And
you can kind of see like once you get Tifa and Aerith and a lot more abilities for all these people, it's like, okay, shit's gonna get crazy.
Yeah. And I love that they're very distinct characters, and obviously Cloud and Barrett are very good too to start off with because they're complete opposites. And it's really cool that going into this game, when they're saying they're making a Final Fantasy VII Remake, I would have thought that if I'm switching between characters, it's just because I want to play Barrett because just the man Barrett, or I want to play Tifa just because of Tifa, not because of anything they do. I thought it was gonna be one of those the combat's pretty much the same regardless who you pick. Just pick who you like. It's not that way at all. There is a lot of points in here where I'm attacking things with Cloud, and then I kill all the things on the ground and I switch to Barrett to get the ones above, or the Scorpion goes up there, so I switch to Barrett. And you could totally see how the same thing's going to apply with Tifa. And I've seen the Abzu fight where Cloud and Tifa are up there like hitting it while Aerith is shooting things from afar, and the positioning is what dictates who you play, not just whoever you want, which is so cool to me. That they've approached this. I mean, because they were able to do this one game and it's only going to be 4 playable characters, because it seems like Red 13 is not going to be playable at all, which makes sense because you get him at the very end.
I think they confirmed he's not.
Yeah, you get him at the very end of Midgar, so it makes sense. Like, he'll just be playable in the next game. But because they only had these 4, they were able to like focus and make like, okay, let's design this game around these 4 movesets. Like, they have 4 different distinct movesets, which is so cool.
Yeah, and they can just kind of add to it, as the games go on, and add in the other characters you unlock on the way.
Yeah, and I like that, like they're built in like similar ways as far as like they can do like these buttons do these different types of things, but Cloud and Barrett's triangle move are pretty different. Like, Cloud has this whole stance change where he can block things and do this or whatever, whereas Barrett is this, like, meter that builds up and you can, like, make it come faster and do this, and that affects the ATB. Like, they're pretty different. You can already see where, like, Tifa's going to have something completely different. And then when we get to fucking Vincent and stuff, I think everyone's going to have a very distinct moveset, which, again, like you said, I don't want to get too far into, like, speculating about the next game, but it gets interesting, like, right now, they're dictating, and throughout this whole Midgar, it's going to be, okay, you have this party during this section, this party during this section.
Yeah.
Well, you get to the point where you are making choices that could get,
Yeah, it works out, for this game as far as that stuff goes, because I'm trying to remember, it's pretty set throughout the whole
I
Midgars.
literally think the only time you have all 4 of them is the end.
Yeah.
I think every other part of the game, one of them's missing, at least.
So that works out as far as that goes. But yeah, they gotta try to figure out something, get creative. They have time to do that for the next game, especially when you get all that other party members.
And you might. I mean, at the end of Midgar in the regular game, you choose your party once you have all 4 of them. I wonder if you'll be doing that in this one or not. Not sure. But it's cool, even with all the things that we've seen, even what journalists saw, we still haven't really seen a ton of wall market as far as like what all going into different buildings and everything, and Shinra headquarters, because in the original game, there's 60 floors of Shinra headquarters,
Yeah.
all this crazy stuff. So, man, if this is expanded that much, imagine how expanded that's going to be.
Yep.
Can I still go into the look in a random locker in Shinra headquarters and get Kate Sith's ultimate weapon? That's the question.
Maybe, we'll see.
That's a crazy thing in the original game. Like, Kate Sith's ultimate weapon, you have to get in the Midgar section. If you don't get it at the beginning of the game, you will never get his ultimate weapon.
Weird.
So you pull it out of the locker and Cloud's like, what's a megaphone? What the fuck is this? Or whatever. And then you get Kate Sith later and it's like, oh, that's his ultimate weapon. That's his most powerful weapon in the whole thing.
So anyway, you can get Kate Sith and have it.
Oh wait, no, sorry, no, that one's wrong. Actually, you find it there, but sorry, I'm wrong about that. Cloud puts it back because he says like, oh, there's a megaphone. I don't need that. And whenever you go back to Midgar, you get that. Sorry, that's my mistake. That's my mistake.
I'll say that seems weird.
I at least hope it's there. I hope there's a locker in this remake where you open it up and you see a megaphone, and the Cloud's like, I don't need this.
That's what I was thinking going to be in there.
Yeah, it is.
Especially since he just puts it back. I mean, I'd be after you just telling me that, I was like, I'd be shocked if it's not.
Yeah, I was wrong. About that.
Even if it doesn't end up being an ultimate weapon, just the nod.
Yeah.
Easy nod.
And I think both me and you, we can talk a little bit about we're super impressed with just the character relationships and dialogue. Just in general with all of these people. I think it's so fluid. Like Cloud and Barrett's relationship, like they were going for this very antagonistic thing in the original game and they did it, but this just feels a lot more believable.
I like how as they went on, Cloud just got more snarky.
Yeah, he did. And because like Advent Children and honestly all the like extra Final Fantasy VII stuff just kind of royally character assassinated Cloud. They made Cloud into this just like emo brooding nothing character, and that is his only character trait, where it's like in actuality that is what Cloud is on the outside. That's what he's trying to project. But in reality, he's kind of this like snarky, almost nerd dude. He's kind of corny. Like
I'm trying to remember right. Well, the good news is I know you were talking about different ones, but Advent Children, I think, if I remember right, does good at that because it's Cloud before young Cloud. Yeah,
but it's still just like it's just a completely different character. It's just I don't know, like that whole era.
Did I say Advent Children? I mean, Crisis Core. Did I say Crisis Core?
You said Advent Children, but I know what you meant. Yeah, Crisis Core. Like, I haven't even really seen Crisis Core very much, so I can't talk to that as much.
I remember. I think Cloud's more happy-go-lucky,
which he was in the flashbacks.
Full of youth.
Yeah, that would make sense. Advent Children, he's just terrible. Cloud's terrible in that. He's nothing. He is just like emo. He's just emotional bag of bones.
Yeah.
But they are really nailing him. I think they are striking that perfect balance where he is kind of like stoic and, like kind of an asshole, but like really not, you can kind of see.
You'll see a lot of that once we get Tifa and Aerith in this joint.
Yeah. And you'll see them bring out the soft side of Cloud.
Yep.
But both, Barrett and Jesse, just all the dialogue between the three of them is just, it's crazy. It legitimately, I said like while we were playing it, they feel like movie scenes. It's just, because it's just not what I'm used to with Square Enix RPGs, honestly. Like, I just played some of 15, and like every dialogue thing just feels forced and wooden, and just like, we're gonna shout a bunch of proper nouns at you, like we're gonna say sentences that no human being would actually say. Whereas this is like they're even doing humor, and a lot of times in Japanese translated RPGs, humor just does not come across that well. But this just feels so fucking fluid.
I think a lot of the reasons why the stuff in 7 comes off a lot better than more recent JRPGs, because I think things were just more simple then. And now they're like, we got to go wacky and crazy with everything. I think it's also the fact that Square Enix is paying money out the wazoo for everything. Just for make sure like translations and stuff are good and all that kind of stuff more than any other game they've had. Clearly,
yeah. They approached this. Something lit a fire under their ass. I guess it was just the years and years and years of people asking, and then they finally say they're doing this, and then it goes through development hell. Like something, whenever they picked it back up under their wing, they were like, "We are fucking doing this thing. We are doing we're gonna do it right." Yep. It's like Katase just went into the Square Enix offices and just put his foot down. He's like, give me all the money, write me a blank check. We were doing this thing.
I'm going to release multiple games.
Fuck you if you tell me any different.
I'm sure once, they said, hey, we might need we're playing on multiple games. Square Enix executives like, okay.
You mean so we get like a decade's worth of like kind of like safe, like everyone loves Final Fantasy VII. We can just play off the nostalgia. But the thing is not like a cheap nostalgia grab like it easily could have been. Like, this really feels like the original team's vision that they couldn't do because it was the 90s. Yeah. Which is the highest compliment I could possibly pay this whole project.
I mean, all things are cash grabs. Everything they do is a cash grab. And I'm just saying
it's
that
all for money.
Yeah, because there are people arguing, it's not just a soulless cash grab already. I'm like, God damn it, we're starting this already.
I mean, like, obviously everything's for money. Breath of the Wild is a cash grab, if you want to say that. I mean, everything from these big companies is meant to make money. But this Final Fantasy VII is one of those properties like Pokemon that they could have put out something half-assed and a bunch of people would still buy it because it's Final Fantasy VII. They didn't have to do all this. Even if they made it look this good, they did not have to make the bombing run mission last an hour and 15 minutes. There was in no way did they have to do that, but they did. Like Midgar could have still just been 5 hours. It looks pretty, but it's pretty much the same thing. And then we move on. Like it could have been just a direct port, with some.
There's also some people say they wanted Final Fantasy VII this to have the Xenoblade Definitive Edition treatment. Those are completely different things. The Xenoblade's a remaster. This is a full-on remake in every sense of the word.
I'm glad they didn't listen to those people.
Yeah, I'm hyped as hell for Xenoblade, but Plus, can you imagine them doing a touch up with? I mean, because Xenoblade's a remaster, so it's the same shit.
You're still gonna have pre-rendered
Like no,
backgrounds?
they insert Cloud onto like the way Cloud looks on the Cloud model from the 90s. This is what you wanted.
It's still a pre-rendered background. He's just walking around in the
Slightly better pre-rendered.
yeah. Nah.
That ain't it, Chief.
That ain't it, Chief. This is it. This is exactly it.
We got what 30 something days, about 40 days.
Yeah. That's nowhere near as long as it has been. That's but yeah, this is
Closest we ever been, Darby. We got a demo.
It's just such a tease. I need it in my veins. I'm sure even I think this is gonna be like a 25-hour thing, and this is still probably gonna fly by. I'm gonna be like, no, need more.
But Darby, it needs to be 60 hours of pure great content.
Chadley action.
Yeah. It needs to be 60 hours of great content to justify everything in existence.
$1, 1 hour.
Exactly. That's how I judge all games.
And I bought the deluxe edition, so they better give me 10 more hours.
I think that one's actually 80.
They're the one I paid was 70, but maybe
At least the Kingdom Hearts equivalent, I think, was 80.
Yeah. I'm getting art books and stuff. I guess that's my $10 of value, and then it better be $1 1 hour for the rest of it.
Yep.
Ooh, any last parting words on the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, Jeffrey?
It's pretty great. It gets me more excited for the game and more hopeful for. I mean, not hopeful. That's the wrong word because I felt good about it anyway. But
I mean, it kind of just reinforced the things that we've been saying about it without being able to play it. You always worry that you're I'm defending this game on the internet when I haven't played it or whatever. This definitely makes me feel like, okay, I was right.
Now the only thing I'm kind of worried about potentially are side quests.
Yep. Yeah. There's definitely I think
they're going to be fetch quests, but any game with side quests has those. So if it has those, I don't necessarily knock against it as long as there are other good, meaningful side quests.
Some games are more.
If those are all of them, and you have to do them and all that kind of stuff, or you're under leveled or doing to progress, then I have a problem. But them necessarily existing as an optional
you don't have to have it if it just feels just like every non-main quest thing in here is just kind of nothing. That would be a bummer. I think the main quest of this game, I think, is going to be enough to justify it existing and everything. But I mean, the side quest being bad wouldn't even be so much for me they padded out or I didn't get my money's worth. For me, it would be a bummer because I am stoked for those side quests potential to see more stories that I didn't see in the original taking place in this world. That's kind of that's some of the stuff I'm most excited about because I'm just excited to see what other are we going to explore other parts of the slums that we never saw before or any things like that. That could be really cool.
Now, Dari, stay with me. Okay, so how about some party member character side quest?
Yeah.
More,
those kind of thing. Tifa going with Tifa to do something. Yeah, something that fleshes it out, and maybe they have conversations about things that they didn't have before. Because they have a long past.
So I guess if they had those though, based on what I'm trying to remember the game, it'd be a little more time sensitive than other games that kind of do that.
It would probably need to happen during a certain chapter. You would maybe they would call it this is a chapter whatever side quest and Aerith, because there's definitely times those characters aren't going to be around for all the chapters.
Mm-hmm. We can dream.
The whole slums in general, that whole section of the game, I am just so curious to see how they handle it.
Well, yeah,
because it could be anything from. It's just kind of a circular environment with some buildings and some shops, and you look at it, and that's cool. And then you go through the corridor into the linear next part of the game. It could be anything from that to you can really explore this, and you can go up and through all these things and go and see all these different people. You could, I could see it either way. Either way would be good, but I'm definitely hoping for some exploration.
Yeah. Well, also, we're just talking about the side stuff and the story that we all know being worth it. Just with a little couple character moments. Not even getting into the brand new main story stuff they've been hinting at in the trailers and stuff.
Like freaking Genova being like a boss fight at the end of here in the
Endemics.
Yeah.
From Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. And that boy. Mullet boy.
It'd be really cool if they had they've been pretty open with showing stuff because it's stuff we have, we know it's going to be in this game, but it'd be really cool if there was like a whole new area that's it's centered around the new story.
Well, that's what's kind of exciting is because they've shown a lot of this game, but most of the things that they've actually gone in depth with are things that we've seen before, but they've also consistently in almost every trailer they tease at something that's completely new, like whether it's that guy or it's the black Dementor things going around or it's Genova and everything. So there's obviously a lot of new stuff in here, but they're not going in depth on those, which makes me think like they're wanting that to be a surprise. They're like we feel okay showing you the whole Abzu fight, the whole gun Scorpion, the whole Airbuster fight or whatever, because those things are coming. But it's like, but all y'all are gonna be like, what the fuck when you see these various things. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing, I do think there's a chance that this game is just linear the whole way through. And it would still be fun. It'd still be fun.
I think it makes sense for this one to potentially be more linear than the other ones and just have some open stuff. Where you're in the slums.
It's going to be predominantly linear. I just think it has a chance to be completely linear. It has a chance to be just like hallways and set pieces, like Uncharted, like an Uncharted game or something. I'm hoping for something a little in between. I'm hoping for, in a weird way, I'm hoping for a Tomb Raider game. That's kind of the difference between Uncharted and Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is semi-open world, and
I feel like there's a decent chance that Crystal Dynamics people did help work on this game. I imagine this was an all hands on deck type situation,
and I do kind of get that vibe, especially for some reason the localization and just the English version of this game is just so far and above anything else Square has done, or even mini JRPGs in general. So something happened. I think there was an American touch on this game for sure, because it's just too seamless. It just works too damn well. I kind of agree with you. It might have been everyone on Square.
I kind of got that from Imran Khan, who I hate to sometimes when I can't remember 100% put words in his and other people's mouths or whatever. But I think he said pretty much might have heard something that there are other, they got stuff outside of the normal studios just kind of all over from Square Enix to kind of help on this.
I could believe it. I could definitely believe it. And even just the side questing things or whatever. Even when I saw the side quest menu, that looks like a Tomb Raider menu and some of these other things, I could see it. And because somehow they were able to, they actually if you think about the time that it was announced that they were taking Final Fantasy VII under their wing,
I cannot remember when that was,
but it actually wasn't that long after since that moment. So I know the joke about this game took forever to make, but since this team's been making it, it actually hasn't been that long. So it's
a Metroid Prime 4 kind of situation thing where it's going to feel like forever, but they haven't been working on the game that crazy long. It's just there was a development snafu where they changed hands, and that stuff just happens. It's just that sometimes with Final Fantasy VII and Metroid Prime 4, they have to address it because they announced it way too early.
Yeah. No.
A lot more games probably do that than we know that we play and love.
Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced with nothing. There was no game when they announced it. So.
Even it was a while ago, longer than it should be, but was only less than 5 years ago? Not as crazy long as sometimes we try to make it feel. Came out fast in 15.
15 and 13. Around 30, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It is taking long. This isn't the full game, Darby.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I can't get. I need to wait for the
we
full
can't
game.
say like I can't wait for when the final one comes out. You're like, oh wow, it took them like 10 years to make this. It's like, okay, no, it didn't.
No, what I'm waiting for is that to happen, and the handful of people that actually stuck to that. The way to the end is like they play this first one. And it kind of aged a little bit, depending how long it takes and all that, compared to the later ones, because that just happens sometimes. Yeah. And they're like, I don't see what was so great about this. Why do people love this? Like, because you're playing an old game and you're considering all one thing. But the one thing, though, that one criticism that I think we should keep on bringing up, because it is dumb and they should not have done this, is the whole front of the box. It should be Final Fantasy VII. I understand them not wanting to put part 1 particularly, but it should be Final Fantasy VII Midgard.
Yeah, it should be something.
100%.
Like I get why they didn't want to, in the same way that like God of War, they wanted that kind of rebrand. They wanted it to be like, boom, look, they're like no baggage on the end of it, and they probably felt like they could do that because this is not a cheap cut-off game. This is a like full meaty thing, so they probably like internally they had those conversations. They're like, no, but this is like a stand, like when people go buy this off the shelves, like they're going to end and feel like they had a full thing, which all of that is true, but you are 100% going to have people buy this thing.
I'm reading a lot of stories today about people that either like even just on Reddit or Twitter be like, wait, this isn't the full game. Like them still not knowing or something, or people having to break it to people. It's like, it's like, you guys know this is from Midgard. It's like, what?
I mean, think about it. Me and you follow video games, so it's obvious to us. We've known that since the time it was announced. A lot of people who like Final Fantasy VII do not follow games. And if you just saw Final Fantasy VII Remake on there, honestly, even if you saw a trailer, you'd be like, holy shit, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
And
it'd be easy to like, let's say they never said that straight out or anything, and for some reason we believe that. We could easily believe that by justifying it like, oh, they're just showing Midgard because they want to keep the rest of it a surprise. Duh.
Yeah. So I get where they were coming from, but that is a problem. That is definitely still a problem. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of one of those things that obviously
at least it has on the box in some way. It just needs to be on the front. Because on the back of the box, people have seen it's like it does say first part of this.
There you go. Yeah.
Like it literally says it stops at the end of Midgard. They're like, yeah. So they have it there, so they technically can't get sued. I don't think
it should have been Final Fantasy VII Remake. It stops at the end of Midgard.
So I'm expecting a lot of angry people the day this comes out.
But as far as just still the whole thing of like, I'm gonna wait for the parts or whatever, and this is not a complete thing, like, to me, we'll see if I'm wrong, but to me it just seems like that is a take that is just, you can see a mile away that it's gonna age poorly, and then just like literally a month and some change from now, that whole argument is gonna be dead in the water, and the same people making that argument now are just gonna completely shut up about it. And like the people who are still doubling down on that, I'm just like, I just don't know how you're still dragging your feet on this. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's pretty insane to me. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how you could be a big Final Fantasy VII fan and not just be fucking stoked to see these things expanded. Like, I've seen people say, like, I don't want it to be, like, it's weird seeing all this stuff expanded. I'm like, this is a wet dream for me. This is just like,
I was to say, I mean, obviously, I don't have the connection to Final Fantasy as you, but it'd be like, if a very old game, like especially one that's story driven and character driven and stuff, was being remade from a PS1 game to now, longer JRPG, this is the way to do it. It's expanding things. Because if you just transfer the dialogue and just all that kind of stuff from 7 to this one and have these same models and everything, it would feel weird.
Very weird. I mean, there's like a quarter of the dialogue because, like, honestly, in 7, every conversation was in this giant text in these bubbles, and everyone had like 1 or 2 bubbles per thing. So it was like, I say this, you say that, let's move. Like that was it. It was not this back and forth like it is here. And just like it's true that like no one was asking for this type of remake because we didn't know that this was on the table. we didn't know that this was a possibility.
Yeah, we thought Resident Evil 2 was the best it got.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
really
still
good.
fantastic.
Still
fantastic. But obviously, this is just a way different scope. But yeah, no one was asking for this because it just legitimately this just seemed like impossible. And honestly, it's kind of like Red Dead Redemption 2 in the way that Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that will never happen again, probably just because of the scope and years and everything that was put into that. It's just not sustainable. It's ridiculous. That's probably going to be a once in a lifetime. This type of remake might also be a once in a lifetime thing because not many properties are gonna get
strike properties, not many games.
Just like, I mean, you're not gonna be able to justify putting probably like the better part of a decade into remaking one game. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, not just property, just games. Like, no other Final Fantasy could do this.
No, not a chance. I mean, some might get a remake treatment, but not this.
No, not at this level. Yeah, that's
yeah. Like, I could see even a six, like. Probably not, but I could see like a 6 or Chrono Trigger or something outside that getting a remake, but it is not going to be like we are drilling down into like 10 minutes of gameplay and making it into this fully fleshed out hour and a half. It's like
for 6, I would expect that they did it to be like Octopath Traveler style, and that people would eat it up.
Oh, it'd be great. It would be great.
Yeah.
It's not shitty on these other ones, but it's like this level of just blockbuster insanity in a remake is just probably never going to happen again.
All I'm saying is, from around that time, we need a Super Mario 64 full-on remake just like this. I need to know about every character in depth.
I feel like a Mario 64 remake would have a very good chance of being worse than the original.
Well, there is a Super Mario 64 remake on the DS. It is not as good.
Exactly.
The most fun thing, I guess, about it is you play as different characters, and that's about
Yeah.
64, still one of the GOATs.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will absolutely be talking more about Final Fantasy VII Remake. It comes out in a little over a month now. Man, that is going to be my life. I think I'm going to play it hard Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then we're going to record the podcast that evening. So
hopefully I can
expect pretty much the entire podcast to be talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Let's hope there's no crazy news.
Like, it don't matter. We're just like that's what this is. So thank you guys. Peace.
Bye.